Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Lifestyle Aesthetics, where we teach you how to level up consistently over time. Today, I want to talk about how it is that I've built up my shoulders to the level that they are now, comparing them to how I was like a few years ago. So, I've never really taken importance into doing overhead shoulder press with the machine or Smith machine. So, even though this does work out the interior head, depending on which grip you use, so pronated grip versus neutral grip, you also get a little bit of middle delt action. So with the neutral grip, you definitely will hit the middle part of the shoulders as an added bonus. And this is like one of the bread and butter movements for building strong shoulders to make them pop out more into that 3D look, that chiseled look. So if you progress heavily week by week, month by month into doing overhead pressing, you are going to definitely go your shoulders. So with the pronated grip movement such as this one, it's more challenging. So you do have to be careful with the weight on how you're doing them. But definitely adding overhead uh, shoulder press is a good movement for growing your shoulders. And I usually do these seated. I don't really do them standing up because I don't want to compromise my form. I don't want to compromise my lower back, my spine. Trying to make sure that I'm doing these correctly. And neutral grip is definitely much joint friendly. So if you do these neutral grip, it's easier to do. You're able to do more weight, um, and it's gonna help you grow the middle part of the shoulders. So adding some weight as time goes on, um, definitely gonna feel that shoulder grow, and it's gonna pop out more. It's gonna add up to your V taper look, right? Like an upside down Dorito back, right? So uh with these though, you definitely want to make sure that you're starting at a lower weight, um, going up to your chest area and all the way up, right? And then from there, we are doing lateral raises. So lateral raises it's also another key component of your shoulders, right? So doing these is going to help you look much bigger from the front or the back view, as these are on the side of the shoulders. So usually I would do them standing. Sometimes I would do them sitting at a close edge of the bench. Machine work as well. So I like to mix them up, even cable machines. So because we have the machine movement, I like to do the heavy set first and then do like a drop set. Leaning against the bench as well, using that as support, is also good for growing out your lateral head of the shoulders, spamming them out, trying to hold that at the top for 1 or 2 seconds, and then slowly letting them back down, right? And then you want to reach failure and then do some partials as you do these lateral raises. So with this movement, I have been doing them a lot. I definitely have seen some growth on my shoulders, filling out more of my sweaters, my t-shirts, button-ups, and you name it. So lateral raises is also another key component to growing out your shoulders. So I've also felt that when I've turned them 45 degrees, just slightly, tilt the hand a little bit at the last minute, you're going to feel more of the stretch on the middle part of your shoulders, the lateral head of the shoulders, when you do these lateral raises. So definitely something you want to keep in your program. I would leave them honestly towards the end of the workout because this is an accessory movement, right? You want to do your compound movements first in order to hit them hard and heavy. So, compound movement is when you have multiple muscle groups working at the same time. So, like a bench press, incline bench press, squat, leg press, overhead, shoulder press. Those are basically your some of the compound movements, like pull-ups, rows, right? They work on multiple muscle groups at the same time. As you see here, I'm pausing it at the top. I'm not going too far up. I'm just right right there parallel to the floor, and then slowly letting them go back down. Cable machines as well, either do it one arm at a time or doing them two arms at a time. Right? You hold that at the top through the contraction and then slowly release it. Okay. If you're doing two handles at the same time on a cable machine, You want to be mindful that one hand over the other has to change for the other set because you will feel that muscle imbalance, right? With the with the uh, sh- lateral raise machine, holding it at the time, going very slow and controlled, so that way I feel every movement. And you definitely do not want to ego lift this. You want to make sure that your arms are straight, all the way through at the top as they are on the bottom. And then supersetting also helps me personally to grow my lateral head of the shoulders, right? Supersetting it, drop setting it, basically starting on a heavier weight and then going at a lower weight. So that way I'm making sure that I'm growing the lateral head of my shoulders. So definitely experiment trying them all out. Dumbbells, machine, cables, right? And then we are going onto the rear head of the shoulder. So face pulls is like one of the movements you want to keep in your arsenal. It's definitely going to hit the traps as well, rear back, helps you with mobility, making sure that you're not stiff. But also reverse flies is what I do. So I alternate between doing them on cables, dumbbells, or even like the machines that they have, the reverse flies. Phase pull is just another accessory movement you definitely want to try. And then you superset that if you would like, or drop setting those to a lower weight to make sure you feel it all the way through on your rear shoulders. And with this type of movement, again, you do not want to go heavy because it's an accessory movement. It's not required to go as heavy when you do a face pull or flies with the dumbbells. Of course, you can increase the weight as you get stronger. So with these reverse fly machines, I am doing a pronated grip, and this is when I feel it more as opposed to doing a neutral grip reverse fly. So I'm trying to reach failure, then doing partials all the way till I can't do anymore. And then we are going to decrease the weight, do the same thing again. And on the rear delt machine, what I like to do is I like to lean slightly forward and I am sitting at the edge of the bench, pretending like I'm trying to ride a motorcycle. This is going to feel better in terms of that range of motion, better contraction. You feel it more on the rear shoulders. And then reaching failure, and then that's pretty much my set. This also was something that unlocked my rear shoulders, sitting at the very edge of the seat, the bench. Pronated grip, reverse flies definitely is like magic. You want to hold that at the top and go slow all the way down, because if you do any of these movements fast, you are not really working out the muscle correctly. Doing them slow and controlled is the key to go. And then this is the version where I would do them on the cable machines, bent over, very slow. Well, not very slow, but slow and controlled is what you want to do. Having that mind muscle connection, right? And same like any other cable machine, two-handed, want to make sure that the one that was above your other hand, you're gonna switch that on your next set. So reverse flies definitely grew out my rear shoulders. It's gonna help you get the upper and lower traps. This is another movement. So on a cable machine, I realized that pronated grip does work out the traps as well on the upright behind the back rows. But this is also a key movement for growing out the shoulders as well. You can do it in reverse grip if you would like. But again, remember that you don't have to go as heavy on these when you first start out. Um, Definitely, when you do it with dumbbells, I feel more of the contraction when I do a reverse grip. So that definitely also works out the rear shoulders. This is another, um, like just more movements that we want to make sure that we keep in mind adding them into our arsenal. So I like to do these drop sets as well, heavier set first, and then doing as much as I can, and then we are dropping the weight, right? So yeah, that's pretty much the ways that you would grow out your shoulders, hitting all three heads, starting with the shoulder press movement, lateral raises, and then rear delt flies, right? You can superset them so that way you can feel all of that contraction on your shoulders, right? And that's what this video is all about. All right. Leave any comments and questions down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, I'm gonna make more of these videos twice a week to make them more educational for you guys, and to build that aesthetic, strong, functional body. And I'll catch you in the next video.